Head of Corporate Affairs for National Service, Armstrong Essah. Armstrong Akwabe saying,
Bokomania Obi, na
Bibi Ekoye,
papa, na pom to say,
Ekoye, papa.
Wonderful.
Enra and more uploaded postings, no?
Yes.
Enra,
yeah.
It has at Enra, no? Obia bit me when the posting, baby, I didn't call.
And yet, Obia,
okay.
But Eddie Kai Obi Mamindi Kai Minchia, the new executive director for National Service Scheme. So, why only happening?
Yeah.
And about CB entry.
Yeah.
Former KMA Mayor. Now, I think on behalf of the National Service Scheme, I just want to say big thank you to the president for appointing a man with amazing, diverse professional backgrounds, coupled with extensive managerial experience. In fact, Yenyaje for the appointment of Honorable SCB entry. I think I'll show him say Ubebichiano or National Service. Very important. And the executive director, Honorable SCB entry, released press statement to publish the 2021-2022 National Service personnel. And once the names have been published, it means that officially the processes leading to the start of national service in Ashase into Endra ye release 81,081 Ghanaian youth are more area accredited tertiary institutions.
81,081
and 81. Will be some question say na ya publish nana, but the response I gave was no.
Yes.
Because we still have a good number of personnel who have been arrested and have been placed on hold for some issues.
I wouldn't
want to put the figure out there because even on the pay from the report I from the regional offices, actually said nominal form because I think it's important. Why yes.
Okay.
National Service Scheme uses a very sensitive intelligent system. The slightest irregularity, the slightest discrepancy, you'll be detected in your details. On the enrollment form, the system would put you on hold.
Oh, okay.
And so there are about 4 or 5 major reasons why some of these personnel have been placed on hold. First one, Obibia we polytechnic, we with diploma. Now after polytechnic, we with national service. You wanted to pursue further studies.
Yes.
Why a degree is here now. At the end of the course, the university submits class list to national service. In the university, the Sankofoni Nadim Shishemu. Bidada. University, the Omu Nadim Shishemu. And yet, the fault of the universities because Omu the Omunim. And we know that the national service by nature say service is supposed to be done for 12 months and once. In the Sankrofoni now, first of all, they've been placed on hold. They cannot do service again. And then again, another category of personnel system nachiomo ediamo ato hold on hold no young crofwa or more details will be correct. When you are filling the enrollment form, there are a lot of sessions. Your nest of kin, your father, your mother, the regions you want to choose. Sometimes over nest of kin colon, may fail yet. And the system expects you to fail. Into any service personnel one fail some columns one enrollment forms have been placed on hold. And some of them, it's interesting. I think Obi some of the well, we can't reveal those classified information. But you would also notice, say, Obi Oha wa fail me personnel, but what con nest of kin not on no asudin essential. The system would detect as irregularity. Now, what nest of kin Obi difu fana but the system would detect to say on no wa failing the personal mobile number and assign RPA or nest of kin. The system would arrest you. Now another category of personnel system no put you on hold. And your more upload clear passport pictures. It is very, very important. And the management is stressing on this because we want the system to identify you by the picture you have uploaded in connection with the picture on the national ID. And it's a system, first of all, it will detect live video, live picture now we upload you know. Now I match it with the picture on the national ID we upload now. And so about resto. And these are some of the reasons you place some of them on hold. And in Ukraine, some of them are genuine persons or more universities as some of national service. And I'm running at Chomo. And so we have issued instructions. And the social statement now, the executive director, the Babontina, it tells them how to correct it to get cleared for posting. First of all, sir, if you're on hold, you just have to visit any of the regional offices. So Accra, now say you do to Western Region, Greater Accra Regional Office. So what Tamale, and you do to Accra, Tamale now regional office with 4 details to prove your genuine identity. First of all, the enrollment forms now will fill before the publication of the 2021 postings. That's how they copy call. And again, that's how they with national ID, any of the national IDs. Again, that's how they with student ID. And again, that's how they very clear passport size picture of you, saved with your NSS number. It is very, very important. So the moment you go, the system has been designed in such a way that you can be cleared in less than 2 minutes. Now, Obi, it's very, very important for us. Management has done very extensive work on this year's posting. And so we have tightened measures relating to the on hold. Apart from the genuine ones, we also believe that we need to put tighter measures to check fraud, to check impersonation.
And no fraud nisi the imba.
Oh, it's we are similar when somebody can use somebody's picture.
Okay.
Yes, get registered. If the system does not detect the person, we will be details, will be particulars, will be ID cards. Be to me you see the BBR or their register. And there have been incidents like that.
Oh, okay.
And the management of the scheme is so particular about this. Now, if you're a genuine person, you put you on hold. Just visit the regional office.
Yeah.
And within a minute, you'll be cleared. And so we are also checking stolen identity, fraud, impersonation, so that at the end of the day, we will know say only genuine Ghanaian youth are my accredited tertiary institution.
Yes.
And are qualify for national service.
Oh, okay.
And that is why we have a good number of personnel applicants being arrested and placed on hold. But the genuine ones can visit any of the regional offices for correction and for posting.
Oh, okay. It is a siano and my postings, no. Obia come website koko check here. Posting now then there was a way.
Excellent. And so now you release the postings, so you have some kind of personalized email.
Yes.
Or nsl.gov.gh.
Okay.
And you're from the portal.
Okay.
Into Okwa, you just log in with your own credentials. Clearly, you will see your letter of appointment indicating where you have been deployed to.
Okay.
For instance, if say Asempa FMR, it will be clearly stated there. In the SL printing your appointment letter, and then the first step you're supposed to take after the printing of your appointment letter is to take the letter to Asempa FM, because that becomes your user agency. And it's what the Asempa FM. The next thing is that either the HR or the head of the organization will have to endorse on your appointment letter to indicate that you have been accepted to do your national service or Asempa FM. Now, the moment that is done, the executive director has taken cognizance of the delay in the postings, and so has relaxed other processes. So what it means is that Sisiano said user agency ni due to move from Monday October 11 you can start your national service. Which means starting whilst becoming very important. Whilst you go through the validation process. Initially, 2 years ago, not COVID in by no. So if you use an agency no hoba, to me started. I just a way of validation. We submitted or final letters, no quite biometrics. This time we've even introduced a more robust, very powerful device. Just a way as I was started. But the new management, the executive director who said no, time in the court. So what we want to do is say user agency in Jiwu Tuma. Immediately you can start whilst you still go through the validation process.
I don't know, knowing some of our people, no, unya shase say your service na validation no.
Validation 1 year yentuoka.
Okay.
Obi abaye 1 year there's no way you can
from the NSS.
Yes,
how about obi obeko private institution company ni tuaneka? And
so, as so much because 1 year was sent with national service certificate. It is very important. And so, Obi, I'm very happy you have raised this issue. Sometimes we get a lot of calls from those deployed to the non-subvented.
Yes.
Non-subvented in your more service. Yes, our process no. Time na so mo certificate, and some markers no, you did not do the validation, and so it is very, very important and equally important for all manner of personnel. Either you've been deployed to subvented or not subvented institutions, validation is also important.
Very important.
Very, very important, so that your details can be captured in our system far, far long before you even complete your national service.
The service, no. Oh,
yes.
Okay. And it's also no 81,081 Enra more uploading one details in terms of posting, no.
Sure.
Final.
Yes, 81 there. Enough checks have been done on them. They have been cleared for posting. In fact, they have been posted to various user agencies to start the post-deployment registration for the start of the service. Okay. Those ones have been cleared. Bet me a user agency. After the user agency, validation na yetu omoka at the end of the month.
Yes. It is here national service allowance. They are saying officially
559.
559.
Yes, point. I think 0.05. But
the same for last year.
Yeah, the same for last year. Yeah, 2 Moses.
Are there plans?
What I can say is that when you said there are broader discussions towards the possible increase.
Okay.
But these are matters for management and the board of the scheme. Those things, those recommendations will be put together, sent to the ministry. That is our mother ministry. Sent to the Ministry of Education, and then the minister would forward it to cabinet for approval. But we have so much faith, the good faith that is already shown by His Excellency the President towards improving the welfare of the youth. We should just keep our fingers crossed. BBS a national service here, BBS a ministry, and now a binary year towards possible increase. It can be done in future.
Yes. Obi, I think that's from Eli Amemo. Also, Obi, if I want a national service person to work for me in my private institution, how do I request his or her service, and how is she going to be paid? Earlier, Memo,
yes, at the moment, yet deployment, except those who are on hold.
Okay.
But yeah, 81,000 that. In Sobakaya, 4 months or 5 months to the deployment, announcement. Say your strategic partners or stakeholders like the user agencies, will be our person hosting the services of the service personnel should bring in official request. Say Bia Asampa FM, me here 10 service personnel. 3 of them should have accounting background. 2 should have production background. 2 should have engineering background. So you submit that official request to us. Because, Obi, that is one of the major factors we consider in the deployment.
Okay.
And so I call it the demand and supply factor or basis for the deployment. Because we take requests from the user agencies, the private and the public, and then we supply them with the personnel we have. Into this time, I think it's a bit late for this year's processes.
Yeah.
But he can still come over to the National Service office, and try and see what can be done. Yes.
And there is these questions are very important. I was say we say Obi, are nurses who completed nursing training institutions or universities this year part of the currently released posting? If they are not, when will theirs be done? My nieces are listening attentively, and that's from Say Obama. Into nurses. What's the question?
Yes, my question. Okay. And your nursing training colleges or colleges of education, nursing, omodiani ye process ye generative pin codes among dada.
Okay.
Into very soon, omo postings so baba out.
Nurses,
the second batch of the nurses, almost with the baba out, and so that is quite a different position. Yes,
Obi sir, is it true after 6 months of your service you can stop and still get your certificate? Nana Kwesi Kumsen.
That is not true. That is not true because Embra the national service by a friend the Act of Parliament. Actually, national service is supposed to be done for 12 calendar months.
Okay.
1 solid year. It is a year of service. It do 8 months to Krawujaya. The Act selected very, very good words. First of all, if you Act 46 of 1987 session, it says that service must be commenced and completed by all personnel, and it can only be completed
after the 12 calendar month.
It is an erroneous impression. So we have 6 months, 7 months. I will bet me that's not true.
Okay. We say, Obi, please, under what circumstances can one apply for national service exemption?
Exemption. There are only 2 reasons anybody qualifies for exemption. 2. If you don't fall within that 2, you cannot apply. And first of all, if you are 40 years and above at the time of completion.
Okay, into a mature student
yes,
universities near.
Yes, into
40 years.
Excellent. In this area school crowd now we're the 35. Now what train 40 won't qualify.
Okay.
And so you must be 40 years at the time of and they do what the umbrella the national service by nature say the person qualifies for exemption.
Okay.
So even in that case, say the person no national service obetumi aye, but say on person obey he or she has the right to apply for exemption. Then we give the person exemption. And then the second one,
okay.
Yeah, you call polytechnics. HND. Yes.
Okay.
So we degree. There is no need to do another national service.
That is national service after HND.
After HND.
And we degree and what's our sign? And you by force.
No, by force.
But voluntarily,
no, such people cannot even do because they've already done their service.
Okay.
Yes, but in the case of the age, and you're compulsory at that age, you are not supposed to do
it.
But if you want to do, you can do it.
You can do it.
Yes, but at the time of completing, you should be 40 years.
Yes. That makes sense. Indeed, Kojo Amo Ansa, that's the response to your question. We say, and this from Clement Johnson Esiedu. Or say, Obi, what if a student who shows interest in an institution and then want to have his or her service done there? What does the person do?
What the person should do is to contact that organization. If it's Asempa FM, and so who management of Asempa FM, then Asempa FM will write officially to us that I want Obi to come and do his service with Asempa FM. In that case, you are guaranteed.
Even though say time and I may fill my service form, maybe me could choose Eastern region, and I say Northern region.
Yes.
Na ebi after say me we school na menya gig be wa Asempa. Na Asempa for you interested in me.
Sure.
I did not choose Greater Accra region.
Sure.
But still Asempa bet my tribe national service.
Yes. Asempa bet me actually officially said they need your services at Asempa FM.
Okay.
And they want they would want national service to post you to Asempa FM.
Asempa FM.
That is allowed.
That can be done.
Yes, that's right. But without official letter from Asempa FM, you cannot be posted to anywhere you want.
Okay.
Yes.
Frank Affle say, good afternoon, Obi. Please ask the NSS if someone can apply at this moment. CCR's application is off. It's over. Also ask what of the universities they didn't give pen friend or two for this year's application. Frank Affle, you send this message on Facebook, please. It's not very clear into Obi Timasenya sending a bill. Where he said, good afternoon, Obi, and this from Honorable Bunti Onu Opokwa say, please kindly ask him for me. My brother is a teacher at Apija in Kronso Methodist, and he wants to do a service at the same place, but they've posted him to a school in Akosombo. Can he change it?
And so that means that teacher no mistake. When you are filling the enrollment forms long before the deployment,
yes,
you are asked whether you are a worker or not. If you are a worker, where are you working?
Yes.
In that case, the agency, National Service Scheme, would post you to where you are working. And so the moment we post you to where you are working, National Service will not pay you the 559.
Okay. In the end, yes,
that is where the 10% comes in. And so a basa here 559 no more bill. But that has to be completed long before postings are
before
released.
Postings, you know. Well, yes. Being so dear similar ample for Emmanuel say Obi kindly ask Mr. Armstrong, I'm a worker already and want to pursue my service at my workplace. And I'll say, but he's been posted somewhere else. I say, this isn't fair. I'm still serving by working at my company, which is also a public institution.
Yes, that means that at the time of completing the enrollment form, the person did not select that option.
That option, no.
I'm a worker. Yes, it is to me selected because a lot of due diligence is done. Obi, so Oba office on our how the deployment department, any IT funnel,
yes,
the painstaking effort they go through to match all this personnel against the factors we have. Into sometimes the personnel ignore some of these details. They ignore them when they are doing the pre-deployment registrations. They ignore some of these details, and they are affect your mono. And so let me use this. I know the listenership you have, the far coverage you go. That when they are filling the pre-deployment registration form, they should pay attention to every detail on the enrollment forms. Because if the person has selected the option, say me a worker,
in the
yes, that could have been
okay. Messages about the door. So, but let's see. We say, please ask him: is there room for reposting? If yes, why are they demanding for money before doing the reposting? Prince Henry Koforidia.
First of all, Obi, national service posting does not come at a fee.
Okay.
Nobody from national service scheme takes money from anybody to do posting. So Biba Ohosa Obaba Jessica to do what they call special posting. Then the person is a fraudster. And so as we speak, management has even asked the security companies to launch serious investigations into this. And so we are discouraging anybody who has been asked to pay money for special posting should stop, because it is illegal. It is illegal. And to address the first question, about the reposting.
Was it reposting?
This year, Honorable Essah, the Executive Director and management have taken a decision that we are not going to entertain reposting.
Into the website, you know.
And that is it because it is a civic obligation to national development. After all, you're supposed to serve your country for 12 calendar months. And so what is going to happen is that because if you are not careful, reposting, the entire posting will be redone, and it will even destroy the system we have taken time to build. And so we discourage reposting after posting. But the executive director and management have just 3 or 4 grounds. Reposting. And then if you fall within any of the following category of personnel, you can come to regional office. Now, look for me. I will do reposting for you to where you want. You go to any regional office, they will do it for you. First of all, your personnel are almost special physical challenge.
Okay.
If any personnel has any physical challenge, it is not humane to post you.
Okay.
We'll have to put you closer to a place where you stay.
Okay.
That is the first one. And the second one is maternity. Management has taken a decision that if there is any NSP, National Service Personnel, management would not want to post that person far away
from baby.
Yes.
Okay.
And yet this time, what's Accra, now for the period of 12 months, near post to no Central Regional Kwanwa. And so management has also taken a decision. Say if you are pregnant, you can come to the regional office headquarters and seek reposting closer to where you stay.
Okay.
And the third one might seem funnier, but it's a very serious one. Marriage. National Service does not want to separate marriages. And so we believe that for the period of the 12 months, it is not proper for us to post personnel, especially the women. But especially man, for the period of the 12 months, we would not want to separate marriages.
One warrior.
When we want to post you closer
to baby.
Yes. These are the only grounds. These are the only grounds we can post you to places you may prefer, closer to where you stay.
Okay.
The last ground, you will not get posting to where you prefer. That is where the agency has genuinely rejected you. We will do great posting for you, but not to where you want. For instance, Yaba Asempa FM. Na Asempa FM make a request to us, 10 NSPs. The system is possible, can give you 12.
Yeah.
You look at the resources you have. You look at your space.
Still, I'm almost 10 and I'm over 5.
The 10 number 5. The 2 now candidate. As I said, the HR or head of Asempa FM, amenity on it, say you've been referred for reposting, stamped. Then you send it to the regional office for reposting.
Okay.
That's exactly what we do.
Okay.
Yes. And so that even brings to mind why a lot of personnel are being posted to Accra and Kumasi. If you have taken note, one major factor as the basis for the posting is the request from the user agencies. I call it, like I told you, demand and supply factor.
Yeah.
Now let me use multimedia as an example. A critical example is multimedia. I wouldn't say multimedia national. Let me use multimedia Accra. You may not have anything like Accra, but let me use multimedia Accra. I know Accra, you have Joy FM, you have Asempa, you have Adom, you have Hit FM, you have all other stations in Accra. And then Kumasi, I know you have Laugh.
And Ishra.
Ishra too. So what it means is that someone requested about 30 NSPs. The possibility of retaining about or allocating about 25 high, because this is where we have the concentration of the multimedia companies, and so that is how come sometimes a lot of the allocations in Accra are followed by Kumasi.
Okay. And the other question would be, Sir Obi, please ask him what's the difference between those whose status says awaiting. Fred Newman, Chicago. I'm going to put on hold for now.
Yeah, put on hold.
Awaiting, put on hold for now.
Yes.
Okay. Obi also say because one of the conditions I'm going to be reposting, okay, pregnancy.
Yes.
How do you ascertain that? And this person says, please ask him, is it real pregnancy or the Takrade one on national service posters? I don't know. And this will be on Silicon Valley.
Of course, last year there was an incident like this. And so normally what we do is that we do front desk where they would want to see your records.
Okay.
How do they call it? Maternity, antenatal.
Antenatal.
Yes, cards. Until last year, we issued that instruction. So Biaba on the antenatal card, and that will serve as the basis because your pet card didn't be a hot.
We say, good afternoon, Obi. Please ask him, how do I request for reposting? Because I was posted to Ghana Central District School Feeding Program. I went there today and the HR told me there is no department like that in the district. Rosina Tekbo, share Facebook Live, not the way Abba. Or say Ghana District, Ghana Central District School Feeding Program. So what HR was the office be saying, department be saying?
No, I'll be surprised because all the agencies are your system, your agencies are most of them are more by say young creative or more companies now the official letters. Now every company in our system has an official letter from the management of that company. It bears the physical address, it bears the telephone numbers, it bears names of managers, it bears every email addresses. So I'll be surprised. Sir, your post will be at non-existing office. Seriously.
Central District School Feeding Program. Was it BBS department BS?
I'll be surprised. Once it's genuine, the person can go back to the
district office and answer regional office. Regional office. Okay,
yes, regional office. Yes.
You have to go to the regional office.
Yes.
Prince Henry says, please ask him why has it taken more than 4 years till date? The NSS allowances have not been increased since it was increased in 2016, 2017 under John Mahama-led NDC government. Okay, that has been answered already. Please ask him when will our appointment letters be out? Appointment letters.
Yeah, but we've already given them an appointment. They can see it on their dashboards.
On their dashboards.
Yes, and some have even started printing.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But
yes.
This current administration, the National Service Allowance, and your 559. So, I think April 2017, before that, it was, is it 2 or 3, something. And then, actually, to be very honest, not more increasing, but no, into this current administration, Nanado's administration,
and the best
started and so at least there is a record said this government is committed to increasing or improving the livelihoods of the youth.
Yeah. Yes. Rafiatu Sumani says, I work in the security service. I've been transferred from the station I used in filling my forms. What should I do? What's the question I say?
No,
also, Juma was security service.
Yeah.
Now, I think a whole use the fill forms up as well more than a toho.
Okay.
But I suppose to anybody no more in the cover before in the honest and on your day.
Okay, so it means that offer hono as a worker.
I should think so.
Yes,
I should think so.
Yes, then if the forms failure, then he should go back to the
regional office, right?
With a printed copy of new enrollment forms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's the Obi? Mr. Essah's submission are fantastic, but those at the regional level are stressing students for no reason. Are there consequences for male officers who sexually harass our female students in the name of posting? Munya reports are.
This is a very serious matter, which will be dealt with if it comes to the attention of the executive director, because and we don't expect the regional directors or any officer of the scheme to harass anybody. It is illegal. And so any case, any incident like that should make official complaint to us at the head office. So you're closer to the regional officer, you should make that official complaint to the regional office, and it will be forwarded to headquarters, and then we will deal with the matter.
Lot and lot of your messages on Facebook. I'm share your Facebook Live. Nanaya Opoku says, please ask him if they are done with the posting. I think Waka said they are done. Obi, please, I'm 44 years. I completed UCC in 2017. I paid for my registration at Agrek, that's ADB. But unfortunately, I traveled. Reynolds, Thomas.
Yes, so no, what it means is that Uchia is 41 Ghana cedis, 40 cedis, ADB. MTN na 41 cedis so chia NO2 kind. It means that we don't have his full details in the system.
Okay.
Because we are answer your PIN codes ni activate.
Okay.
Your PIN codes can only be activated when you have made that payment. In the activity answer, you do the rest of the registration to get your NSS number.
Okay.
So what it means is that he currently doesn't have his NSS number. He currently doesn't have it because he traveled. So it means that you have to come back to us for a fresh. But once I was
44 years.
No, but Ranicha say yes, you should be 40 at the time of completing. Yes, I saw you.
For Sumensa Joseph, please ask him the exact day the appointment letters would be out. Or say about out that
yes. Or dashboard.
Dashboard. So
yes.
Maybe I will name dashboard at the crop.
A dashboard.
Website.
nss.gov.gh.
Dashboard.
It's just a login, just like
your details.
Yes. So you have your NSS number and your name or other email address. That's all.
Yes. Obi, there is no office in the assemblies for school feeding program. 2 years ago, I was facing same challenges. NSS should rectify this school feeding program placement. Ahinkani Yeboah. Good afternoon, Obi. The NSS cards are usually issued late. Those are the media agencies find it and then heckling to even prove the identity as personnel during the service. I surmise the cards must be issued immediately after the biometric process so it can serve its useful purpose. Baden is in a Belimpe where he said, Obi, what happens when one receives a message on the phone indicating that she has been posted to GRA Eastern Region, whilst the dashboard indicates she has been posted to Central Region Teaching Hospital?
No, that would be an anomaly. Because
anomaly.
Yeah, if what he's saying is true, then that would be.
And that's from Clement Granting. Yes.
Because so in that case, what is on your dashboard is what matters because and over printing.
In the message about the phone is ready.
Then the message should be ignored.
Okay.
Because I said when you appointment letter on your dashboard.
That's what you print out.
Yes, here you have your appointment letter as an employee of Asempa FM.
Yes.
In the NHS say Asempa FM. I think that he should use the one on the dashboard.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Hi Obi, I have a cousin who was posted last year but couldn't do the service. Can he do it this year? He should have applied this year. So
yes.
Okay. So he applied there. I just want to train next year.
Yes, when you was service at the year school now. Let's say I did 1 year, I did 2 years, I did 3 years. You're from defaulters.
Okay.
In this year, it means that or you're defaulter. And once I want the NSS number, he just has to come to the office for it to be activated.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Obi, please ask Timu Amoshe on Facebook, Jackson, a copy of the dashboard, as is on the NSS website, not to Facebook Live. When you join us, you would see how the dashboard looks like in the individual application for PIN code international graduate, individual application for PIN code local graduate, Ninyina basically.
Yes. So I think that you've mentioned something and it's important. The current deployment is for 3 categories of personnel.
Okay.
Omufi Ghanaian accredited institutions, and year 1.
Okay.
Secondary year, omo school that 2, 3, 4 years. Year defaulted, they applied, and so they are also part. And the Ghanaians are 2 quite brochi, omo school. Yes, omo back, they are also part. Into this,
in the university near brochi.
Yes.
But service.
Yes.
And also you're allowed.
And because of the digital innovations, the national service, registration.
Okay.
You understand it? Because today, about 99% of the registration cycle can be done on your phone. Online. So you can do everything, the entire cycle of the registration abroad. You come to Ghana, then you physically submit the hard copy or the printout of your enrollment form.
Obi, please ask your guests, when are they going to pay the arrears of those who completed their NSS this year? Some were not paid for 4 months. I'm Emmanuel Patton of East Legon. Obi, please do the public organization request for NSP? Yes, obviously. Bernard Frempong. Okay, no, but I say public organization also put in request. And as I know there, More na mo posting go for call keke. They request.
They request
public organizations.
Sometimes, yes.
Okay.
Though we have a standing agreement with them. So normally what they do is that in some of the ministries, I wouldn't want to mention names.
Yes.
They will say give us 100.
Okay.
They will say give us 50. They will say give us this number of personnel.
Okay.
And so sometimes they are being specific. And internet, sometimes we have this challenge. Last year, someone entire one ministry will say we want 50, but we'll end up sending about 55 to them. In Tebasa, then it means that the executive director will still have to speak to the heads of those public institutions. Because our challenge with them is that, and this is a plea to the heads of the public institutions, we are only begging them. And I know the executive director has already taken steps. For instance, the ministries, when we post the personnel to them, it is NSS or it is government that pays the personnel we post to them. Sometimes we are aware that they are also constrained by space and lack of rooms or offices. But we still want to plead with them, especially the public institutions, that they should create space to accommodate
personnel.
Yes, to accommodate more of our personnel. Because, for instance, with the free SHS that His Excellency has brought, the numbers are going to increase.
Yeah.
Next year, next 2 years. This year, 80,000. It's likely next year it will go to about
100 and now
150.
Yeah.
And so we always plead with the heads of the public institutions, and then especially with the quasi-government institutions, staff from IGF, Cocoa Board, BOST, and they are doing so fantastic. They are doing so well. Until we want to plead with all of them, and then finally we'll go to the private user agencies. Of course, so when they say give us 2, there is no way you can give them 3 because they pay them from their own resources.
Okay, sure. We would have to end some few minutes from now, but we say watching you live from the office of the president. Special greetings to lawyer Justin Kodua Frempong, Kwame Opasco, Afenyo Markenba. Nanaya Opoku says, please, my dashboard still reads awaiting posting. What should I do next, please? On hold for
So the person quickly will have to go to the regional office and he will be cleared. Okay. And it's a simple process. It's a simple verification that will be done when the person goes to the regional office. I can promise you, it won't take even 2 minutes. It won't even take 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yes. And so we want to plead with anybody that is on hold. You should just visit any of the regional offices to be cleared for posting. Yes.
Emmanuel Norma, Obi, please ask him if he can help with a summary of the content of the appointment letter so we can be sure if what appears on the dashboard is actually what he's referring to. I guess that's why people keep asking. Obi, the pressure at the regional offices should be looked at. I also have issues with my email, so I cannot get access to my appointment letter. Isaka Isifu. George Kwame Inter says, Obi, does the posting consider area of study? PR students from GIG are being posted to senior high schools to teach. Social studies.
Okay, so I think 2 questions here. First of all, the pressure at the registration centers.
Offices,
I'm not sure this year. Last year, we did not experience the chaos. Those days when some of us were doing our service, those days, everything was manual. We printed letter, we call this office, we call But since 2017, we have introduced digital innovations to the registration process. And the first one is what we call paperless registration. And then on your mobile phone, you can do the entire registration. And then again, why we would not get congestion at the regional offices is that you cannot just wake up and go to the regional office for validation. No, you will not be served. You have to go back onto your dashboard to book an appointment online. So the appointment will give you the day and it will give you the time to arrive at the regional office for validation.
Does it follow that?
It works. It works. It works. No, it doesn't. Because
there is this short video I created here on the application process.
Yes.
That video is rolling on your screens. More share Facebook Live. You would have seen it on your screens.
On Asempa FM.
Yes. And then finally about the background. One of the major factors we look at in deploying personnel. Background, the background training,
area of study,
we consider.
In the honor, so I PRO GIJ, more than that to senior high school, so on Coachradia or no Coachradia.
Obi, you see, the interesting aspect, and the person public and it's my CEO.
Microphone.
Yes. The interesting aspect is that you hear the backgrounds, the training of the personnel, not your posting or more to relevant areas.
Yeah.
But sometimes there is a challenge. Obi, let me give you a practical example. Today, a lot of the young guys want to go to the university. They want to go to K University to do petrochemical. A lot of them want to go to Legon to do petrochemical. But the practical question we need to ask ourselves, how many local companies, and petrochemical, related. And so you notice that the entire petrochemical sector in Ghana needs about 50 or 500 personnel.